Charger. So first of all, I will give you the overview of cloud computing, what we are going to learn. Then I will explain one by one. So about what is a cloud computing, why we need this cloud computing. Okay, what are the different cloud models, deployment models, private, public, and hybrid cloud. And cloud, some advantages are a properties of a cloud. And next, the cloud services.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, I don't know. Actually, you are removing me, sir. Unfortunately.
Where?
I just joined right now.
Okay. Ajay.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Huh?
Okay,
You are
okay, sir.
there. Some network glitch.
ఏం లేదు
Okay,
ఆడ
sir.
క్లాస్ ఉంటా
Is that? Okay. Cloud service models, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a services. What are their differences? Different cloud service providers. Okay. In a cloud, what are the different domains? Their examples. So those are we are going to. So I have taken this content, okay, from learn.microsoft.com from this setup. Already given this link, learn.microsoft.com. So simply you can go through training, learning paths. Okay, you can choose different things. So describe cloud service types, describe cloud concepts. So describe cloud computing. Okay. So if you go there, so then you will get a differences like infrastructure as a platform as service, software as a services. Okay. Here it is also same. What is a cloud computing? So I have taken information from it on. It is showing not completed, but actually I completed. Maybe it is. Lot of things you can learn, including Azure Cloud, Office 365 tools, some of the Microsoft related, like a Power BI kind of stuff. You can learn from here. Freely, once you are completed, you will get a what we can say batches. Okay, so like this, I learned 7 batches. Means one by one, if once you are completed, so you learn the batch. This look like this. You can put this batch into LinkedIn also. LinkedIn. So directly, if you click on LinkedIn, log into LinkedIn post. So like to show that people like you know this language, so you know this kind of stuff, including .NET related, you can learn from here. Git and stuff also. Okay, so I have taken this information, so I created a PPT while I'm learning. So because of so what is a cloud? Different people given different statements. So I don't want that different kind of statements. So meaningless statements. I want to give a meaningful statements for a cloud computing. That's the point. First of all, date. Once we complete it, so we'll see if you have time, because this is a little lengthy. One in a single shot, it is very lengthy. Yes. So if we have time, then we'll go for Office 365. Otherwise, I will tell Office 365 next time. Office 365 won't take much time. It's max half an hour. Yeah. Here it is. Before we start a cloud computing, I think Sarah already told about the infrastructure part. So I'm telling a very small example. With that one, I'm trying to go with the cloud example. Okay. First of all, at why we should go to cloud. Before that one, what are the challenges we are facing? Okay. With a very small example, most of you can able to understand that example. That's all. Yes, here is a web server. Think like this. I'll tell you a three-tier architecture of a server kind of stuff. For example, yeah, we have a Udemy. Okay, so this is a website called a Udemy, right? Okay. So I'm getting this Udemy web page using this URL, so I'm able to see the content in the Udemy part, right? So who are giving this web page? Okay, what service is giving that page is web server. Means it is a server. Server means a machine. It contains an operating system. It contains install or configured web services. I'm a client accessing this web service. Okay, through internet, of course. I'm able to access web content through the web server. So this web server only for website access purpose one means, so you send a request, HTTP request, it will see your request and it will give what page you required, what information you required, kind of stuff. Okay. But you may go to different process is also there. For example, here it is a plain page. You log in, so then your login, that process has to be done. So your username, password has to be done. And you purchase a course, that process has to be done. You purchase a course, like you taken a course, I want to learn this course, then I log in and I buy this course, and it should be on my list on. Okay, easy one example is there, but anyway, I open Udemy and tell. So that process has to be done by something called a application server. This application server having an application which understand what is the user requirements. So login requirements, authentication, accessing courses. Okay, the content of a course, means how much it is completed. Okay, the payment process. So it has to be run by an application. That application done in a application server. Lot of users, lot of courses. Okay, user purchase different type of courses. So their information has to be stored in a place called a database server. I have a lot of data. Database related data is there. Applications means this video materials, text materials, how much of data is there here? The data has to be stored in the storage, NAS, or a SAN type of storage, centralized storage. You have to maintain. Okay, if any chance, I will try to tell about the storages also. Okay, now next week, storages. So somewhat it is, and they need to be get connected. So they need a connectivity in between them. And this web server is directly accessing through public. Okay, so it is public access. These are all in a private. So I have to maintain a private network, and I have to maintain a public access also. Public IP addresses, matching with a name. So then there is a uh, I have to register this names in a DNS, like a go to Big Rock or a GoDaddy. I have to register my domain name. Okay, so these are all things. Just like my organization is like I am a Udemy organization. So these are the things I have to maintain in my organization. Understand, guys? Point up to here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What if this server is down? What if
Sir,
my
we maintain a backup server. Backup server.
no, if server is down, that's actually correct answer. But if server is down, you can't able to access. The client cannot able to access the service, right? You
Yes,
go
sir.
to the bank and you want to withdraw money, like you want to do some process. The bank people say server is
The
down, we
server
can't
is
do
down.
anything. Right? So what
Yeah,
we do nothing,
we are not able to process anything, sir.
anything, right? You go to ATM center, you put a ATM card, no money, service down, something like that, right? So what is happen? We cannot do anything. But in a real world, guys, that is also real world, but we are not responding anything to anything. Okay. So your organization is providing a service to the clients. Client unable to access if feel service is down. So then it is become SLA violation. So it means compulsory 24/7 service should be available. Okay, as per your agreement. If service is down, just not case say service server is down, that's why you are not getting. So after 1 hour, just call me, I will tell you like that. So if you do that kind of response, it is not good. Okay, so immediately service must be available. Okay, so yeah, your answer is that is maintain a load balancer or a failover kind of service, backup service. Okay, for example, if this service is down, if this server is down, no problem. This server will give you, this is also a web server. Both are contain same information. If this down, then this able to give a service immediately. So client will get a service immediately. So even the server is down, service is not down. Client is getting service. So failover cluster. So failover. So using failover cluster concept, we do this one failover. Okay. See how to design your infrastructure with the failover and high availability services. What is high availability? Same concept, only little different. Both servers are running. High availability, both servers are running. Okay, both servers are running. So both servers are running at the same time. This is providing a service and this is also providing a service. Any one of the server is down, no problem, still client is getting a service. So client side, either it is failover or high availability, client side always should get a service, even though your server is down. Failover is one server is run, another server is in a standby. Means if this is running, this is won't run, it is keep one side. If it is failure, it will run. Okay, so that is called a failure. So you have to configure in a depends upon your risk, depends upon your load, depends upon a chance of failures. Okay, so you have to configure failover or a high availability in our organization. So already I put it two machines. What are the chances of second machine failures? Possibility is there. Then put a more servers. Next one, load balancer. What is this load balancer? For my server, lot of requests are coming. I started a business. Maybe you have seen roadside tiffin center kind of stuff, morning time or evening snacks tiffin centers are there. No? So like that, starting very less members, three members, three members, 5 members, 10 members. Pani puri shop. Okay. So sometimes it is huge rush. So what happened? Load is high. So same thing. So initially, for example, my Udemy site, initially very less load, very less users daily accessing per second accessing, very less. In 1 hour, maximum 10 members are accessing. So not much load. But more requests are coming now. So because it's become busy, everybody is depending on it. Like now, so check google.com. So like this, so more number of people are accessing google.com. Right? Gmail, lot of load every second, millions of requests will go to the Gmail server. Okay, so load increases on a single server, it cannot able to withstand. So it is become busy. So you open a site now, it will maybe open after 1 or 2 hours. Another example is 10th class intermediate results. State 10th class or intermediate result announced. Server is full busy. So you will feel tension not about your result, about that server is not responding. You given all the information, but it is not responding anything. It's not giving an immediate result. So right. So lot of load on a server. So what we have to do it? Same concept. Add multiple servers. Share the load between these. Okay, 30%, 30%, 50% like that. So share the load between the servers. Depends upon the each server capacity. Okay, depends upon the load. Share the load with the these servers. Okay, so for that one again, I need put a multiple servers. So either it is failover, high availability, load balancers. I have to keep multiple servers. Okay. Next, it is internet-wise access. It means I have to maintain a network security. For purpose, I need to put a firewall. Okay. Next, Not only this web server, guys, I'm talking about every server must have a multiple backup servers or maybe failovers, load balancers kind of stuff. Storage also have to maintain. Each server cost, think like it is dependency cost is there. Are you checking? Okay, no. Okay, so what happened? You want to put a server, one server cost you have to calculate, right? So about a processor, RAM, and the storage, operating system you have to buy, and then you have to purchase sometimes on applications also. You have to configure it. You need a person to manage it. You need a person to configuring and managing, monitoring. You have to monitor your infrastructure. I think sir shown op manager. So you have to monitor your infrastructure. These are all become big challenges for an organization. I am a very small, medium organization. I cannot maintain these many servers, applications, storage redundancies. Storage also requires storage redundancy, right? If one of the disk is failure, so data loss. So should not be happen. I have to maintain redundancy. If one disk is failure, no problem. Other disk has a data which we can able to collect. As you said, backups. You have to take backup regularly. You have to monitor our infrastructure regularly. Okay, any issues occur, any prediction like maybe there is a possibility of problem will occur, you have to immediately take an action. Okay, you need a people to maintain your infrastructure. So this is become a huge burden for an organizations. Okay? Of course, if it is a large scale organization and they can invest on this infrastructure, they can go on, no problem. Okay, depends upon the our income. Means you are maintaining infrastructure, you are maintaining that you are purchasing infrastructure, you are maintaining infrastructure. So the return value is very good. So then of course, but definitely will go for it. Okay, as compared to earlier. Okay, guys, up to here understand infrastructure, failover, high availability, load balancers, kind of stuff. I will tell two words, guys. Capital expenditure, CapEx. Capital expenditure means I want to run a business. For that one, I need this infrastructure. So then I have to purchase infrastructure. I have to buy servers, I have to buy storages, I have to buy switches, routers, firewalls. I have to configure all these things. I have to purchase operating systems, applications, monitoring tools, and that physical environment also you have to maintain. Okay, physical environment, physical securities. Okay, air conditions, moisturizing, all these things we have to maintain. So first of all, you have to buy. So that is a capital expenditure. You should buy infrastructure as per your requirement. You have to buy switches, routers, fiber optical cables, okay, servers, storage devices, okay, operating systems, firewalls. These are all you have to buy. That is a capital expenditure. Okay. Next one is OPEX. Operational expenditure. You have to maintain your infrastructure, right? You purchase infrastructure, good, but you have to maintain also. Means after purchasing, you have to maintain your infrastructure. You have to monitor each and every device. You have to configure it proper. You have to maintain storages, operating system, services, network, physical security, network security. So these are all we have to maintain. For maintenance, you need a tools and people also required. So these are two side of expenditures we are getting. Understand, guys? OPEX and CAPEX, operational expenditure, capital expenditure. What happened? I'm getting muted or what?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I will do, I reach, so I cannot maintain all these things. So what I do, I reach some cloud service provider. Different cloud service providers that do publicly. So AWS. One of the cloud service provider is AWS. Azure, GCP, Google Cloud Platform. Okay, IBM is there, Oracle is also there. So what I will do, so I can simply access a machine. I want a machine, so I created a virtual machine in the cloud. So I want a database, then I will go to database services, like RDS services, database services. Okay, I'll go to the virtual machine, means EC2 instance or virtual machine, name is different only. Okay, for a web services purpose. Maybe I need some application server. I need a storage. All these things I will configure here. Network connectivities, firewall connectivities, and of course, DNS connectivities. So everything I can configure inside this cloud. Instead of maintaining, instead of purchasing, I don't buy any of infrastructure here. I don't buy any infrastructure. So no capital expenditure. You don't purchase any infrastructure here. Next one. You don't need to maintain any infrastructure. You don't need to check each and every server is running or not. What is their connectivities? Server is up and running. All these things you don't need to do. All physical maintenance will be not there. So obviously, and physical environment maintenance, network security maintenance, that is also reduces. So no operating expenditure or a very less operating expenditure. Of course, you have to maintain the servers in the cloud platform. So physically you are not maintaining, but virtually like a, so through how it is going on, how their configuration that is required, but not like 100% operation expenditure won't be there. So you don't require 10 members to maintain your infrastructure, like a network engineer, server engineer, desktop support engineer. Like you don't require so many administrators or engineers to maintain. So you need a people who knows this cloud and simply you can able to manage that one. Okay, but your servers are running in this cloud platform. So for that one, you have to pay. You have to pay. For example, I am running a RDS machine. So database server I required. I need a virtual machine is required. That's it. I run for a 1 month. So I will pay for 1 month only. How many hours I run these two instances? Then only two things, two services. Only I will pay for two services. Earlier I showed even you don't use all the servers, still you have to buy and maintain for that one. But here it is, if you use it, you have to pay. If you don't use it, you don't need to pay. That is a pay as you go. Physically, you don't need to buy anything. Next, failovers, load balancers, high availability kind of stuff is very easy to configure. And there is a lot of other services provided by cloud also there. So database related services, virtual machine services means servers, applications. You can run applications directly. Okay. You can store data, storage related services you're getting. Data warehousing tools like what is that data warehousing tools means intelligence, business intelligence tools, reporting tools, all those things, so many are available in the cloud services. Okay, so that's the story I want to tell. It is, what is a cloud computing? Delivery, delivery of cloud, delivery of computing services over internet. How we are accessing these services? Simply over internet. If you are able to access through internet means from anywhere, you can access your infrastructure. So yesterday we discussed about a VPN, guys. So really not required a VPN here. Of course, for certain securities, for certain things, you can use a VPN services. Depends upon your organizations. So what are the infrastructure they put it? So for accessing security, they may say VPN is required. For that service also, we can get it. VPN kind of services also we can get it. Okay. Without a VPN also we can access. Like I want to access my server, directly open the my cloud website directly, login, access. Okay. So anywhere, anytime I can access. So I don't require to be in my LAN network. I don't require any leisure lines. I don't require any VPN connectivity to access. But basically, these services including servers, storage, databases, networking, software, analytics, and intelligence. So as the last I said, no. So analysis kind of services, business intelligence services also we are getting in a from a cloud services. Depends upon a cloud service provider. Cloud computing offers faster innovation, flexible resources, economies of scale. Okay. So guys, these 2 points are for a what is cloud compute. It delivery of cloud computing services. Delivering of computing services over internet. Okay. So like what are the computing services? Servers, storage, databases, networking, softwares, means applications. Okay, that kind of stuff. At least you tell these 4 5 points also, 4 5 things also, So cloud computing is a delivery of computing services or internet by using pay as you go service model. This is also a very good line, guys. Delivering of computing services over internet. But one more point is pay as you go model it is. Means how much you are utilizing, that much you have to pay. Like you are going by Uber cab, you book a Uber. So, or maybe you go by auto. So when you get in auto, except in Hyderabad, in some places. Okay, when I was in Pune, I have seen this, and it's like they put a meter auto. So when you sit and then he turn on the meter. So you went to some place, you get down, you put the meter off, and he will tell this much charge. So you need to pay for the total kind of stuff like there is 100 rupees to 100 randomly. You don't need to pay like this much. For example, I want to go from one place to another place, but I get down in one place or some other place. I will pay for that one much only. I don't need to use for a full commitment price. So you typically pay only for the cloud services you use it, which help you to lower your operating cost. Lower your operating cost. So total operating cost will be reduces. Run your infrastructure more efficiently. So you need to worry I have to purchase one more server to scale my business, increase my capacity. So for increasing my capacity, I have to expand my infrastructure. In the cloud, you don't require to worry about it. Simply, as per your requirement, you can expand, but you have to pay for what you use. After a few days, and the requirement is reduced, so you can reduce your infrastructure side. Scale as your business needs changes. To put in another way, cloud computing is always rent a computer power and storage from someone else's data center. Guys, understand. Lot of people think when we are telling about a server, storage, and all these things, people will simply say, "Sir, these are all not required nowadays because we have a cloud." Of course, you no need of required to buy all these things like a storage devices or servers or operating systems, licenses. These are all configurations. You don't need to do, you don't need to worry about it. So why? Because of you have a cloud. But what cloud contains? Cloud is also a data center, guys. You cannot able to maintain your data center and you cannot able to put a capital expenditure on it or a operating expenditure on it. Then we move to the cloud. But cloud is also a data center. Okay. So cloud service provider maintains the data center. He will maintain the servers. He will maintain the network. He will maintain the storage. His physical environment, he will maintain. We are accessing his environment through network. We are accessing his servers. We are accessing his storages. We are accessing their applications. That is a cloud, guys. How much you are utilizing his data center, that much you have to pay. You can treat cloud resources. You can treat cloud resources like you would resource in your own data center. Just like how it is in your data center, same thing like you can access. When you are done with them, done using them, you give them back and you are bill only for what you use. So what are the things you are using? That much only you have to pay. So you use it, your use is completed and you have to pay. Just like you rent a car for 2 days somewhere, like you are getting relatives to your home. So you don't need a car, you rent a car for 2 days, you used it. Once completed, give them back. So my work is completed. This is a 2 days of use. This is a 2 days of bill. Okay. Understand, guys, somewhat what is the clouds? What is cloud computing? What are the statements you have to tell? Okay. And what is that cloud service means?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So instead of maintaining CPU storages in
Yes,
your
sir.
data center, very good, you rent them from the time that you need them. Okay. So you don't need to buy all this kind of stuff. So you have to take a rent kind of stuff. Cloud provider take care of maintaining underlying infrastructure for you. You're accessing a virtual machine, like so yeah, I'm accessing a virtual machine. So this where it is, here it is. I'm accessing a virtual machine. So then I want to run some applications inside. This virtual machine, to run this virtual machine, they need a virtualization server, need a storage, need a network connectivities. All these things we don't worry. So we are accessing a virtual machine. That's it. The underlying infrastructure, they're running virtualization environments, their computing powers, their storages, network connectivity is all maintained by cloud service provider only. Cloud enable you to quick solve your toughest business challenges, bring a cutting edge solutions to your user things. I want to implement a project, urgent implementation of project is there. There is some kind of challenges and need a application support, some infrastructure challenges also there. So no problem, simply go to the cloud. So they're all giving all the solutions there to build your project. What are the some cloud computing advanced? Several computing, so the physical environment. Yeah, he given an example. This is you can avoid it. Example is like a tailwind traders means it's an organization. They taken for example. Sometimes I will take an example. Savantis is an example. Latif Tech is one of the example I will take now. So say like he will try to explain with an example. In a cloud, guys, important like a high availability. High availability. Already I told what is high availability. Client is getting a service from the service provider. The server is down, service will be down. So to make sure that create a high availability solution. So client, even the server is down, the client will get a service. So high availability is one of the property in the cloud. Depending on the service level agreement that you choose, your cloud-based application can provide continuous user experience with no apparent downtime even when things goes wrong. Okay, even when things goes wrong. Scalability. Scalability. So guys, scalability is in the two ways we can tell us scalability kind of stuff. Horizontal and vertical scalabilities. For example, my server, lot of load on the server. For example, my laptop is there. I running a huge applications, or some people are accessing my laptop services from here, some data set. So more load on my server. I'm running in a big application, more load on my machine. So what I have to do in generally, your laptop is there, 4 GB RAM laptop, and you want to run some application, system is slow. What to do? Will increase RAM capacity. Okay. You have a more storage, then you have to increase your storage capacity. In a server kind of stuff, you can increase the CPU capacity also. So I increase my server CPU, RAM, and hard disk capacities. That is a vertical scaling. Increase the server capacity called a vertical scaling. Increase computing capacity by adding more CPUs, adding CPUs and RAM to the virtual machine. Another one is horizontal capacity, horizontal scaling. So more demand for my services. So what I will do it, I will create more number of servers. Means in a cloud is virtual machines we are creating. Okay. So instead of increasing server capacity, I will add more similar type of servers. So what will happen when the requests are coming? So what happen? That load will be distributed along with this servers, virtual machines. So multiple instances we can deploy horizontal scaling. Increase computing capacity by adding instance of resources, such as adding VMs to configuration. Elasticity. Elasticity. You know, elastic rubber band? It is a small one. and certain size. You can increase the size. If you stretch, size increases. If you lose, size decreases. It's the same concept here, guys. Why I need a more instances I have to add to my service or my virtual machines. So why I should add to balance the load. For example, this elastic nature, I will tell an example, guys. You know, Flipkart, Amazon, flash sales are there. Flash sales, like they will release a product. The product is available for a next 5 minutes or 10 minutes like that. So you have to buy in that time only. Okay, sometimes midnight sales are there. So they will launch some products. They will put a one product, sudden decrease of price. So you are in the online, then immediately people will buy. So in a flash sales, for example, iPhone is not online sale is not there. No flash sale is not there for iPhone. I think so. Okay. So generally, for example, one that is what is that one? Some mobile phones mostly they'll put it in a flash sales only. So earlier it is there, I know, but now I don't know what are the mobiles are in a flash sales. Any idea? Any product? Okay. OnePlus, I think OnePlus is also good. Sudden decrease of prices, flash sales kind of stuff. So what happened? Multiple users are trying to buy. So what is the load on the Amazon or a Flipkart? Load increases. Now I'm not accessing Flipkart or Amazon. Maybe you are not also. Okay. So normally now it is no particular sales, no discount sales, no flash sales kind of stuff. So regular only. So regular means regular load only. So what is in my regular days? What is the load on my server? This much load only. So I will maintain 3, 4 servers to balance the load. Okay, regular load. But when it comes to the some huge discount sales, flash sales, and then there is new word is there. 3, 4 days they put a one sales kind of stuff. What is that one? On Independence Day,
Big billion
January
days.
26th. Tell me.
Big billion days. Amazon big billion days.
Big million days. Very good. That's a good one. Okay, big million days means lot of sales pitch is there. Lot of people, even they don't buy, they want to log in and see what are the products are available, how much price difference is there from regular price to that price. 50% discount, 20% discount, 80% discount, useful or not useful. Okay, so a lot of load increases. So what they will do, they scale up their servers. They'll scale up and load balance in between. They will scale up and load balance in between. So the balance is happening. Now everybody will get a proper response. Server load increases, but if I still maintaining as a regular server, it cannot able to do all the handle all the load. So what I have to do, I increase my infrastructure. So scale up my server. Load balance in between. After big billion day completed or flash sale is completed, load decreases. People may not be seen once again. Okay. Some people will see because of the delivery is pending. So it will has to be delivered in 2 days, but it is not delivered for 10 days also. Then they will seriously looking for that one. Replacement, cancellations. Okay. But regular load only. So once the offer parts are completed, the load decreases. Now, if load increases, I said Load increases, my servers automatically deploy automatically. I have to increase my number of instances, virtual machines automatically, and load balancing between them. If load decreases, reduce number of instances, reduce number of instances. Of course, load balancing between. So I need a 5 virtual machines to handle the load now. Later, it is not required. Load is reduces, 3 is enough, 2 is enough. Then it will reduce automatically. So it is like a stretching time. Load increases, number of instances increases, and load auto load balancing between them. Load decreases, number of instances automatically reduces. Okay, so this is called a elastic nature. Elastic. Elasticity. You can configure cloud-based apps to take advantage of auto scaling, so your apps always have a resources they need. Apps always have resources they need. Agility. Deploy and configure cloud-based resources quickly as your app requirement changes. What is agility? Agile means keep changing. Your requirements or your client requirements are keep changing. You can also easily change, you can requirements, you can do it changes, and you can deliver very quickly with the AWS. Sorry, with the cloud computing. Geo distribution. Geo distribution. What is geo distribution? You can deploy apps and data to the regional data centers around the globe, thereby ensuring that your customer always have a best performance in their regions. Yesterday in a VPN class, I told so New York in a New York office, I have a data center, I have a servers. In Hyderabad office, I have some more servers. Different regions I am putting, but here it is in a cloud. Then also same thing, the cloud service providers having their own data centers in a different geographical locations. For example, in India, in Mumbai, Hyderabad, Chennai, so AWS, Azure's related their data centers are there. Okay, so you go to any the region kind of stuff. Okay, so region geo distribution means it's a simple the regions which is in an entire world. These cloud service providers created different regions in the world and different data centers in it. Means entire world they're having a data centers. For example, I'm in India. I'm in India. My client is in New York. So I will put my applications data, the virtual machine, the service, everything I will configure, which is near to the New York data center. Why I should configure New York data center? For it is easy to access by New York users. My client is at New York, so I can easily configure at New York location, not in India. If I am having a data center in India, from New York, it is take more time to access, more latency. If I configure in a New York data center, it's quite easy for New York user. So like this, geo distribution. You can deploy apps and data to the regional data centers around the globe, thereby ensuring that your customer always have a best performance in this region. Disaster recovery. Disaster recovery. Because of this geographically distributed, okay, so we can also save from disaster. It is by taking advantage of cloud-based backup services, the data replication and geo distribution, you can deploy your apps with the confidence that comes from knowing that your data is safe in event of disaster. You know, for example, I distributed my applications and data in multiple regions, means different data centers in a different geographical locations. One is at Hyderabad, one is at New York, another one is at Melbourne. Okay, another one is at Jakarta. Okay, so or maybe we have another one Brazil. So geographically, I distributed and put their backup services using backup services and replicate my data into different geographical locations. For example, there is a disaster occurred at Brazil. Nepal, other data centers having my data. Something is happened, like now South Sudan is having some internal clashes there. In some places, floods are there, or maybe snow falling, or maybe fire accidents, earthquakes. In a geographically, guys, so many things will happen. Unresting in a countries may damages your data, right? So no problem. You are kept in a multiple locations. So that is always, you know, why India is become a big IT hub. Because of India is a better country compared to lot of other countries. Okay. One is as per the geographical location, less chance of disasters, okay, like a floods or earthquakes kind of stuff. No internal unrest. Maybe in future we don't know, but currently, even future also it is difficult to create a internal unrest like a fight between like a civil war kind of stuff. It is very difficult in India. Because India, the people we are like that, so we don't fight. So for whatever it is, whether it is for good cause or bad cause, we don't fight. Like so we'll troll in YouTube or Instagram, but we don't fight for anything. So that is a safe for our country. That is actually until unless someone is trying, even remaining people keep them silent. Okay, so that's why. So in a this kind of internal unrest, disasters are very less happens in India. So other country people like Microsoft, okay, IBM, like a very big country, big organizations, their data centers, they want to put it in India, like Hyderabad, Bangalore kind of stuff. So what happens? So obviously, and preferably not a seashore kind of stuff. Okay, sea location is little danger. Hyderabad is not attached to any sea level kind of stuff. Okay, Bangalore is also not near to any ocean or a sea kind of stuff. So obviously, the data centers. Whenever it is a data centers are there, they need IT people, so they started recruiting IT. See it is disaster recovery. I went to India greatness and all. Okay, so of course that's how we are getting jobs nowadays. Disaster recovery by taking advantage of cloud-based backup services, data replication, geo-distribution. You can deploy your apps with the confidence comes from knowing that your data is safe in event of disaster. Something is happened in one geographical locations. No problem. In another data center, we have a data in different geographical location. Okay. Uh, I think these are all you never hear. Maybe you learn cloud some part. People know what is a cloud kind of stuff. You may not hear this much, but these are the main properties of your cloud. Cloud service provider operates consumption-based model, which means that end user pay for the resources they use it. Whatever they use is what they pay for. So what is the benefit? No upfront cost. So I said no capital expenditure is not there. No need to purchase and manage costly infrastructure that user might be used in a fullest. Okay. No need to purchase and manage costly infrastructure. So I don't need to buy a infrastructure. I want to maintain that infrastructure. So I may not be used for 100%. The ability to pay for additional resources when they are needed. So I use additional resources. I will pay for them. That's it. For example, I need a virtual machine. I use it. I need a database server. I use it. So I will pay for that. Now, so something like I want a certain service like a analysis service is required. So I will use it. I will pay for that. I need to buy 100% for that. Ability to stop paying for resources that no longer needed. Okay. So I use a service for a certain period of time. So I will pay for them. Once my requirement is completed, no need to pay for that. కానీ చరిత్ర పద్ధతి పోగొని పడుతుంది ఇంకోటి వస్తాను. And guys, understand up to here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think it is slowly running now. People will get a sleep also. If it is afternoon, definitely you are all sleeping, including me also. Okay, so different types of cloud models. Private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud. What is this public cloud? Public cloud means there is a cloud service provider. Example, AWS or Azure or GCP, Global Cloud Platform. Okay, or Oracle. So there's so many public cloud service providers out there. I'm a user. I'm a person, one single person. I can take the cloud service. I'm outside. I'm not working in these organizations. I'm an individual user. Okay, I'm an individual user. I can take a cloud service. I can use the cloud service for myself, personal use. Personal use. Or maybe there is an organization, for example, take example Savantis or HCL or maybe like that. In an organization wise, also they can able to access the cloud services. So as first example, as I said, so that is my organization, we cannot able to maintain these servers, database kind of stuff or applications. We can't maintain in our infrastructure. We can't buy, we can't maintain. So that is a huge burden on my organization. So what I do, I'll move to the cloud service providers. So as a single user, as an organization level, we can take a service from the cloud. Okay, but in a private cloud, so I build my own private cloud. So my organization build a private cloud, build a one private cloud. Okay, so I have maintaining my capital expenditure. I have to put up my own machines, my configuration, my infrastructure. And I have to maintain my cloud environment. So I'm the organization. I build all the cloud infrastructure. So I am maintaining my infrastructure for my organization. So it is like some people say it is on-premises cloud. Of course, but cloud and on-premises data center, little difference is there. But maximum both are almost in a terminology wise same. Why? Because I'm maintaining my data center. I am utilizing my data center resources for my organization only. Okay, so that is a private cloud. Okay, guys, understand public and private.
Yes, sir.
Last one, that is a hybrid cloud. What is a hybrid cloud? There is a public cloud. There is a public cloud service provider. For example, AWS is a public cloud service provider. And I have a private cloud, means on premises is also there. Now I got a new project, some new project I got. So I check my infrastructure capacity. Not enough. I have some capacity, but not enough. So I need a public cloud help. So I cannot increase my capacity because whatever I purchase, I expenditure is there, that much is only there. So I cannot put it additionally for this one single project. If it is a very long run project, high demand project, definitely I will go for a increase my infrastructure. But now for a 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, I don't want to buy any additional servers or increase my infrastructure size. Even for that one also you need a space, power supplies. Again, the architect, everything will be changes, right? So what I will do it, I will combine my on-premises private cloud to public cloud. So I will take some services from public and I'm also using my private cloud. Okay, so I am controlling both private and public also. So public services are offered over public internet, available to anyone who want to purchase them. Cloud resources such as servers, storage are owned and operated by third-party cloud service provider. Deliver over the internet. Private cloud. A private cloud consists of computing resources used exclusively by users from one business or organization. A private cloud can be physically located at your organization on-site, on-premises data center, or it can be hosted by third-party service provider. ఇప్పుడైతే అయింది కదండి బయటకు వెళ్తుంది తర్వాత అతనండి వచ్చేకి పర్మిట్. A private cloud consists of computing resources used exclusively by users from one business or organizations. For same organization, same business people only. A private cloud can be physically located in an organization or maybe differently located, or maybe it is hosted by third-party service provider. Means third-party software is also there to make a cloud kind of stuff. Hybrid cloud is a computing environment that combines public cloud and private cloud by allowing data and applications to be shared between them. A hybrid cloud is a cloud computing environment that combines public and private cloud by allowing data and applications should be shared in between them. Okay, these are the private and public. Public, no capital expenditure to scale up. Applications can be quickly provisioned and deprovisioned. So organizations pay only for what they use it. So you need to buy any data centers here. Okay. Private cloud, hardware must be purchased from the start end and maintenance. So in a private cloud, you have to buy the infrastructure, all the server, hardware, everything. Organization have complete control over the resources and security. If you are having your own private cloud, so you are the responsible to maintain this infrastructure. and maintain the security. Everything is in your hand only. So you need to obey terms and conditions of any other providers, right? So you have your organization, then that is works in based on your terms and conditions only. Organizations are responsible for hardware maintenance and updates. So you are having your own infrastructure, so you are the responsibility to maintain it. Hybrid cloud provide a most flexible. Organizations determines where to run their applications. I want to run my application in my infrastructure or a cloud infrastructure. Organization controls security, compliance, and legal requirements. So even though they are using a public cloud services, but they have to be run with the organization conditions only. These are the public, private, hybrid clouds. So don't worry, guys. This is one more is there that is called a cloud service models and cloud service providers. Understand up to here, public, private, and hybrid.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Their differences. Okay. So cloud service provider. Again, public or private or whatever it is. So cloud service provider. Provider services. But certain cloud service providers will, sorry, cloud service providers may provide one kind of service or a multiple kind of services. Okay. For example, there is a cloud service provider. Okay, cloud service provider, for example, AWS or Azure or kind of stuff. So for their clients, they are providing infrastructure as a service, like a virtual machines, storages. Okay. So they are providing virtual machines and a storage kind of stuff, infrastructure as a service they are providing. Okay, infrastructure as a service they are providing infrastructure. Computational power means that's virtual machine kind of stuff, storage kind of stuff. Okay, so backend serverless computing kind of stuff. So it's all providing. So that is infrastructure as a service, networking services, infrastructure as a service. For example, client has to run an application. As I said, three-tier architecture type like this. This is a web server. This is a database server. So for my organization, I cannot able to store my data. I cannot able to create my own database service. Difficult for me for my infrastructure support like that. So I will take a database services from a cloud service provider. Example, okay. For example, MySQL server running in a cloud, but I am accessing that database for my application. Okay. Or maybe I want to run an application. So to run this application, I need certain environment, database environment, background service related like a application server environment, web server environment I required. So this type of services is a platform as a service. Platform as a service. Another one is software as a service. I'm accessing google.com. Can you see google.com? Not google.com it is a docs.google.com. I'm writing things on a document. As we know, documents can run in a physical machine, right? I'm a Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel. So these are document softwares, right? So Office softwares, which we run on a system. But I am working on a web browser. How it is possible? Because this is software as a service. The applications are run by service provider. Can you see this is Office 365? In my system, see I'm taking attendance in Excel sheet, and Excel sheet is open in a browser. This application is running in their servers. So I'm accessing application directly. I'm not accessing and I'm not creating anything on it. Just there is an application, I'm accessing it. So that is a software as a service. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. These are the cloud service models. Infrastructure as a service is a closest to managing physical servers. Cloud provider will keep the hardware up to date, but operating system maintenance, network configuration is up to you as a cloud tenant. For example, Azure virtual machine are a fully operational virtual compute device running in a Microsoft data center. The advantage of this cloud service model is rapid deployment of new compute device. Setting up a new virtual machine is considered to be faster than purchasing, installing, and configuring physical servers. Just like how you purchase a virtual machines for your data center and all, same thing it is, virtual machines in a cloud center. Platform as a service. Okay, so this platform as a service is managed hosting environment. Cloud provider manages virtual machines, networking resources, and the cloud tenant deploy their application into managed hosting. So only thing is you have to worry about an application. Simply say, guys, you have to from bottom to top or top to bottom. Because here we didn't discuss about anything virtualization kind of stuff. No problem at all. I want to run an application. Think from top to bottom or bottom to top. I'm running an application. Office 365 application, Salesforce application, CRM application, dynamic CRM applications, Sugar CRM application. So client will access this application. So client side, like he want to open the application, configure the application, run the application as per his requirement. Okay, so he don't need to worry about how this application will run, what is operating system, what is networking. These are all you don't worry. Okay, what are the requirement to run an application, configuring and installation of application. So I don't want to worry about it. So simply I want to access application. So that is software as a service. Okay. For example, you don't see, I want to control more. Okay, I want to control the operating system it is running. Okay, the networking, which is the configuration. Okay, so then it is a platform as a service. No, sorry, not this one. Exactly say platform as a service, not that example. I want to build this application, configure the application, connecting the application. So that part I want to say. Okay. Connecting the application, build an application, run an application. So here, accessing application. Here it is, build application, update application, or run an application, configure the application. That part is platform as a service. Infrastructure as a service. So I want to see how operating system is required for running this application. What are the network configurations required to run that application or accessing that application? Or what are the virtual machines, their capacity is required to run this application. So this part is infrastructure as a underlying. There's other things also there. means virtualization layer, physical computation, CPU, RAM, physical network. These are all maintained by service provider, cloud service provider. Infrastructure as a service will take care of this part. So you can read that one correctly here. Software as a service, the cloud provider manage all aspects of the application environment. So cloud service provider itself maintaining your application. You are just accessing application such as virtual machine, network resources, data storage, and application. The cloud tenant only need to provide their data to application managed by cloud service provider. Example, Office 365 provide a fully working version of Microsoft Office that runs in the cloud. You all need to create your content. Office 365 take care of everything else. See, it is software as a service just to access the application. So you have to give login or you have to give what are the information to access the application. Remaining is maintained by cloud service provider. For example, you want to deploy an application, you want to manage the database, you want to do some analysis. Okay, you want to configure that application, you want to develop that application or deploy the application. Then it is a platform as a service. So you have to worry about those things. Not about what operating system, what virtual machines, what RAM, what networking. That is you don't worry. So you concentrate on application related, not underlying part. So underlying part is maintained by cloud service provider. Again, infrastructure as a service, you are taking care of, okay, only what server it is, what virtual machine, what is the storage, what is networking, these kind of stuff you will take care. The most flexible cloud services, you configure and manage the hardware for your application. Software as a service focus on application development and not on the hardware part. Platform manage is handled by cloud service provider. So the bottom part of thing is maintained by this. Software as a service, pay as you go is a pricing model. It's not actually, it is subscription model, pay as you go model. It's not, no. It is actually software as a service is like a subscription model. You subscribe and use it. Yeah, here it is good. User pay for a software they use on a subscription model. You want to use the software, you have to pay for a subscription and use it. So this is the thing. If you are having your own data set, you have to maintain storage, networking, compute, okay, and the virtualization environment, virtual machines, operating system, and runtimes, application, data, and access. All these things you have to do as a your own on-premises or a private cloud people. Infrastructure as a service. An organization is providing infrastructure as a service. So organization maintain the storage, network, and compute. So users of an infrastructure as a service will take care of virtual machines, operating system, their runtimes, and applications running on these virtual machines, and data and how to access kind of stuff. You're a platform as a service provider. So you're providing a platform as a service means for like I want to develop my application, but I don't want to worry about the virtual machine or what is their operating system, what is their runtime environment. I want all these things. Just I want to concentrate on my application part on application development and deployment kind of stuff. So service provider will maintain storage, network, compute, virtual machine, operating system, and runtimes. What is the user is managing that application, their data, how to access it, kind of stuff on. Again, software as a service. Even application is also not managed by user. Up to applications, so service provider is managing. Only user is their data access kind of stuff only there are made. So this is the difference between infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service kind of stuff. Got it, guys?
Yes, sir.
That's totally 3 plus 1 points. First one, what is the cloud computing? Second, advantage of cloud computing over a on-premises data center. What is cloud computing? Advantage of cloud computing. Of course, better to know properties of cloud, like elasticity, scalability, high availability, geo distributions, geo disaster recovery. These are all points also important. So first 2 points, think like so. Yourself, what is first one, second one, third one, like that. Don't read it. Just what is first one? What is the cloud? Advantage of cloud computing. What is the properties of cloud? Okay, next. Fourth one, cloud models or cloud deployment models. What is private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud? Fifth, cloud service models. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. What it is? Okay. So sixth one, cloud service providers. Different cloud service providers, both private and public wise, mainly public service providers. If you want to add seventh one, that is, so what is the cloud domains? Means if you say cloud, you want to learn a cloud. What are the domains? In the domain, what services, what kind of services, what they are using, what is their uses. So that is a more optional kind of stuff. Okay. So you need to read entire book 2 times, 3 times. Once you read it, once you understand it, put in numbers, automatically you will realize. Okay, you can easily recollect. So I usually use fingers. First finger, like what is the first point about it, what it is, what are there inside, and each one like that. Cloud service provider, different service provider from Amazon, AWS, from Microsoft Azure, from Google, GCP, from Oracle, OCA, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. IBM also providing cloud services. Washington Digital, like lot of cloud service provider. Rackspace is also there. Private cloud service providers. There is no private cloud service providers, guys. There is a private cloud. To build a private cloud, some applications are required. Any cloud, guys, cloud is built based on the virtualization. So important is cloud means just a cloud is not like that. It is the cloud is able to provide a services like a virtual machine, storage, okay, like application running, serverless applications are running because of even application as a service, like a software as a service kind of stuff, because of the virtualization environment. Server virtualization, storage virtualization, network virtualization, application virtualization, presentation virtualization. Okay, so different type of virtualizations are there. Of course, without a virtualization, there is no cloud. Okay, so private cloud or public cloud, but public cloud we don't worry about what virtualization there are using. But if you are a private cloud provider, you are using a private cloud in your on-premises server, you have to implement that virtualization solutions which is provided by different organizations. VMware is their virtualization server vSphere, vCenters. The cloud is a vRealize suite or vCloud directory kind of stuff. Microsoft virtualization servers are hypervisors. To maintain these hypervisors, we need SC, VMM, System Center, Virtual Machine Manager. App controllers to provide a to give a cloud interface, web interface. Xen servers, Xen cloud kind of stuff also there. OpenStack is an open source private cloud platform. Open source private cloud platform. Okay, so you have your water infrastructure, you can connect your virtualized cloud infrastructure to the OpenStack. So through OpenStack, users can able to access. Guys, it's a cloud is nothing but a simple web interface to access their infrastructure or an application or a platform. As I said, cloud, when you are learning about a cloud, different domains are there. Compute domain, database domain, storage, network, like that. So for example, you go to the C products. This is compute. EC2, EC2 auto scaling, light sail, app runner, batch, elastic beanstalk, lambda. These are all compute under compute services. Databases, Aurora, serverless, document DB, DynamoDB, elastic cache, okay, memory DB, Neptune, RDS services, Redshift kind of stuff. Networking, VPC, API gateways, CloudFront. So they put a storage services also here. So direct connect, like a yesterday I told you, leisure line type of connectivity from your data center to your cloud, AWS cloud. You want to connect directly, that is direct connect services. Private link, transit gateway, VPNs, elastic load balancing kind of stuff also coming. Storage services, S3 bucket, glaciers, EBS, NetApp is also given. So backups, file caches, disaster recoveries, no family, storage gateways kind of stuff. So like this, there is a different kind of domains are there. So you can see here, IAM means identity access management, cognitive, detective. What is it? Detective, cognitive something is given. These are all security, firewall manager, key management services. Okay, shield, miscellaneous web traffic. Okay, so different kind of domains are there. And in a different organizations means different service provider, their names will be changes. For example, compute in Azure, Azure virtual machines. S3 storage in AWS, bulb in Azure. Okay. Yeah, messaging services, SQNS, voice kind of stuff. Examples of the infrastructure. This is domains. Examples like a software as a service, Salesforce, Office 365, or a Microsoft 365, Dynamic 365, Google Docs, ServiceNow. These are an example for a software as a services. Okay. Platform as a service, MySQL server, Oracle database services, app services, EBS, Elastic Beanstalk services. Next. Infrastructure as a service, like a compute services, Azure virtual machines, EC2 instances, auto scaling kind of stuff. Storage services. Yes, some people still, even I told this much time, I have taken more time and telling about a cloud computing. But finally, people are telling what is a cloud? Cloud is storage. Of course, guys. Cloud also providing storage services. There's so many services from cloud. One of the services storage and direct storage services like a OneDrives, Google Drives, iCloud, Mega NZ, like a different cloud services. You can store a data in the cloud anytime you can able to access it. It does not mean cloud means storage. So cloud, what is the cloud? Cloud is always delivering computing services over internet with a pay-as-you-go model. Okay, what is the computing services? Are servers, storage, network, application, software, services, analytics, intelligence, also possible. Okay, that statement only you have to tell. Cloud service models. So cloud service, cloud deployments models, cloud services, examples also keep it in examples in mind. Cloud service providers, example for each and every services also right. Okay, guys, this one activity, only 3 questions will be there. Please check it. Once you completed, we can take a day off because it's already 12:21. Which of the following choice is not the cloud computing model? Software as a service, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, networking as a service. We discussed these 3 things. We didn't hear about this one. So it is not a cloud computing service because networking as a service is also part of infrastructure as a service. Okay. No one is talking. It's completed, guys. This talking lightly last. Which of the following statement is true? I already explained what is operating expenditure and capital expenditure. You are responsible for purchasing and maintaining your computing system. Maintenance, OPEX. Purchasing, CAPEX. Okay. So again, second, you are only responsible for computing resources that you use it. Yes. Responsible for computing resources that you use it. It's a maintenance. CAPEX, you are responsible for computing resources that is so CAPEX for purchasing, OPEX is maintenance. So this is the correct answer. Which of the following option is not a type of cloud computing? So private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud, Distributed cloud kind of stuff is not there. So it's not a type of cloud computing. Which of the following is not a benefits of using cloud service provider? Cloud is scalable. Cloud having a disaster recovery. Cloud is high available. So these 3 are not. Which one is correct? Which one is exactly not the benefit? It is not there. That is geo isolation. Cloud is geo distribution, guys, not isolation. Cloud is geo distribution, not isolation. Isolation means located in one single place. Geo distribution, distributed into different locations. So that is a okay. You want anything, learn more about private cloud, hybrid cloud like this one by one. Also, you can try from these links. So this is about a cloud, and already I told how to remember things, to put all these things together and make sure that you revise. Actually, I want to tell about Office 365 after a break, but I think it will be complete in 12 o'clock. Already I told it is lengthy. This one I will tell tomorrow or maybe next class.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that's it for today. Also, guys, please read all your previous notes. Okay, networking and other things, plus service desk also. Please go for it.
Okay, sir.
Okay. That's it for today.